Good day, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I would like to welcome you to another session of Divine Moments. I thank God for how God has been keeping us and sharing His word with us, helping us in this journey of life. Today, we'll be looking at the topic Stay in the Ark. Stay in the Ark. I'm sure some of us may already have an idea of what we'll be looking at, and that's in the story of Noah and the ark. And we'll be reading from chapter 8 of uh, the book of Genesis, chapter 8, from verse 1 to 14. Our main focus will be on verse 13 and 14, but we will want to just have a background story of what we're about to talk about. And I read, and God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the seventh month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountain of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month of the first day of the month were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40th day that Noah opened the windows of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of his foot, of her foot. And she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. 13. And it came to pass on the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons, and thy son's wife with thee. Like I said, our main focus is that verse 13 and 14, which says that, and it came to pass on the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God said unto Noah. Now, what are we talking about? Our topic, we said, is stay in the ark. That particular verse is telling us that Noah knew that the earth was dried on the very first day of the first month. But he didn't do anything until the 27th day of the next month, almost 60 days interval. He knew the earth was dry, but he still stayed in the ark. He didn't move until God said. Until God said. Now, let us just have a quick review of what the ark is. Because, yes, a lot of us know the ark is a place of safety. The ark is a place of soccer, but the ark is not just a place of safety. Many times we find ourselves in places that we feel safe, we feel good. Maybe we just got a new job, or we just found ourselves in a new situation, and everything looks good. But all of a sudden, pow! Everything starts looking bad. Everything starts looking opposite to what we had expected or what we had experienced when we first got into that situation. And that could be said about the ark also. Yes, the first few days, the first few weeks of the people in the ark and the animals in the ark, well, it will be good. But after a while, think about it. There are animals in that ark. There are animals in that ark. They will eat and they will produce waste. Waste will be produced. Urine, feces, everything will be produced. Some of them may even shed their skin or their fur or whatever that they may shed, because they were like in that ark for almost a year or over a year. It was a period of a whole 365, 377 days, as the Bible scholars were able to calculate it. And they've been in there for a whole year. So the whole cycle, the whole animal cycle would have taken place for the different animals. You know, some of the animal cycle is not even up to not more than 3-4 months. And they've been able to do that. So the ark, even though, like I said, Noah saw that the earth was dry, he still stayed. He still stayed. And like I said, the ark is a place of safety where people, where we can say, okay, God is protecting us from what is happening outside. Many of us will remember during this pandemic, the COVID pandemic, some of us are in places or in countries where things were done rightly. The government did other things. They sent out palliative. They took care of their citizens. There's some of us who are in countries where there's no problem. Some people ran away from their own country because of the war and bad things that is happening, the oppression that is happening, and they went to another country, and that other country became an ark for them. But all of a sudden, that same country that was like a place of safety for them has become a place of pressure, having to meet up with all the demands. The fact that they are not citizens of that country, it limits their ability to achieve some things or to acquire some things, and they start feeling frustrated. We start feeling tired, we start feeling angry, and so on. Those are some of the things that could happen in the ark. So like the animals have started producing their own waste. The human beings are producing their waste. The food may be running out. Okay, let's even say God, the God of miracle, is providing for them. They are not lacking anything. However, no matter what it is, even the children of Israel got tired of eating the manna and quail. Even the children of God got tired, because the Bible never said that there's a farm inside the ark. So it is the kind of food that they have put there that they will still be eating for almost a year. We human beings, our desires are insatiable. Even if they give us the daintiest of meals, after a while we will want something else. So sometimes the ark becomes gloomy, the ark becomes murky, the ark becomes a place of where we just want to get out of. However, even though Noah can see, the Bible said Noah saw that the earth was dried, he didn't try to run out of the ark. He did not try to jump out of the ark. He did not try to ship out of the ark. He still stayed until he got the instruction. And many times A lot of us, we run out of our ark. We run out of the ark that God has put us into. Yes, it may look, it may feel uncomfortable. It may feel dire. It may feel like, oh no, this place is not for me. I just have to get out of here. Oh, they did this to me. They said this about me. They attacked me this way. They challenged me this way. Some of us have left jobs that we're not supposed to leave and jump into another job. And at the end of the day, 3 months, 6 months down the line, we realize our error. Only because we did not wait to listen. In the first place, when Noah entered the ark, it was God that sealed the door. It was God that sealed the door. Where have you found yourself? Where do you think you are right now? Are you in the ark that God sealed you in to cover you, to give you safety, to give you succor? And not right now, it's feeling like you are in the wrong place. It's feeling like you are doing the wrong thing. It's feeling like you're not where you're supposed to be. Why don't you just wait a little? Even though you know that the earth is dried, even though you can see it is greener on the other side, even though you can see even some of your friends, your colleagues, your family members are doing other things. I know of many people who just after the pandemic and the fact that IT is one of the fastest growing career. A lot of people went into it. A lot of people got into IT and they got a good job. But unfortunately, a lot of them are losing their jobs right now. A lot of people have been, the contract they signed has expired. They're now jumping from one location to the other. I know of people who have to leave their family just because the only job available, the so-called hybrid job, the so-called stay-at-home job is no longer available. They now have to go to another city, basically having two homes, all because they jumped out of the ark before the time. I am not saying don't seek greener pastures. I am not telling you don't seek better things. I am not here to tell you, hey, if you see a good opportunity, don't go after it. All I am saying is, has God spoken to you? Verse 15 of Genesis chapter 8 said, and God spake unto Noah, saying, and verse 16 tells us what he said. He said, go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons and thy son's wife with thee. Has God said go forth? Has he given you that directive? And if he has, my brother, my sister, don't stop. Don't hold back. Don't stay in that ark, because there's another situation where some of us, we want to stay in that ark because that is where we found safety, and we're so scared of going out into the earth. We're so scared of taking that step. As long as you know that God has said go forth, please obey and go forth. The ark is for a time. The ark is for a period. The ark is for a season. However, unless that season is over, it is not advisable to step out. And once the season is over, it is not advisable to stay in. You have to be sure of what the Lord is telling you. I am encouraging you today. Seek God. Open your hearts unto him, and he will speak to you. He will give you direction. And once he gives the direction, please obey. The psalmist says, once has the Lord spoken, twice have I heard. And like they say, a word is enough for the wise. There's time to stay in the ark, and there's time to leave the ark. I believe the Lord will speak to you and is speaking to you with this message. Please share, encourage people to listen, let people understand that when the Lord says stay, you stay. And when he says move, you move. God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful week in Jesus' name.